doing this. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're very excited. We honestly just wanted to have a question session. I cannot say that for some reason, but we just wanted to open it up for any questions you guys might have regarding anything about the business, or like regarding like just tactics of like what Liz, Jenny, and I do, like how we run our businesses, like anything like that. So we are very excited to be here. We're excited you are here, and we are just going to go ahead and get started. So we kind of wanted to format it like, if you guys have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. We can unmute you. You could ask, or if you can't be unmuted for any reason, go ahead and type it in the chat and we can get to it. Okay, so who wants to start? Anybody have any questions off the top of their head? Anybody? Oh, still people going in.
I do. This is Erica, by the way. I'm the iPhone.
Hi,
and
Erica.
You can't see me.
Hey.
So it's, yeah, I realized I should make an account. So I messaged a bunch of people this week, and like I've been messaging people. I mean, I've gotten better at doing more over the past like 2 weeks. But I get a lot of people who like say like they're interested, like Alli, the two girls that we worked on at the coffee place, and they're like, oh yeah, like I'll do a Zoom, and then they're like, oh, I'm too busy. And I feel like that's like the majority of people that I'll talk to. They'll be like, oh, that's really awesome, oh yeah, I'm interested in it, I want to get on a Zoom, and then they never do. And then I'll follow up with them and stuff, but
When they ghost you.
yeah, or they just say that they're too busy, and hopefully one day.
Okay, so I'll let you guys answer this too, but something that I've kind of learned to do is, if they're on social media like Facebook or Instagram, I will ask them, before I send them the Zoom link, I'll ask them for their phone number, and I'll be like, hey, awesome, I'm super excited you're interested in, can I get your number so I can get you hooked up with the Zoom? That way it kind of takes it to like a little bit of a more level. And then from there, they'll ask, like, I'll send them the Zoom. If they can't get on, like I'll follow up actually like a couple minutes before the Zoom, like, hey, it's starting. If I don't hear anything, I'll ask them again, like, hey, did you get in it okay? And then if they just completely ghost me, I will follow up right when the meeting's over and be like, hey, I'm so like glad that you missed this. Is there a good time for you? Like, when is a good time to reschedule? Like, is there a good day to reschedule? And hopefully like within that, they'll get back to me. That's kind of what I end up doing, but I definitely still get ghosted. Yeah. So it's normal. It's okay. I don't know if Jenny or Liz, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, when it is that case and it's somebody that I'm like, I know they would rock it here, it just have to take time to get on a Zoom, I really like to edify them again and be like, look, I wouldn't have reached out to you in the first place if I didn't see a lot of potential in you. And I know that this is something that would align with you so well. So look, I know life is busy, things come up. What's a day this next week that you could carve out 30 minutes to hop on a Zoom with me and listen to this? Because I promise you, this is worth your time. And I come across very confident, and I ball back in their court, carve out just a little bit of time for me. But I like to re-edify them, because people, like, I know I do, I get in my head, I'll like second guess, like, oh, I don't have the time for this, or like Liz and Alli and I can all tell you, like, we have very, very busy lives, but if it's something that's important enough, you make the time. And so they'll either gravitate to what you're saying and feed off of your confidence, or they'll be like, no, right now it's not good. And that's okay. You've planted the seed and you move on to the next person.
Yeah. And just because they don't necessarily like get back to you, that doesn't mean they're not watching. So I think consistency is definitely key in that, making sure you're still showing up on your Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because they're going to be watching you, and they, sure enough, they'll probably come back to you at a later time. Liz,
I was going to say too,
oh, yeah.
Because a lot of times I will get people who, like, I don't know, they like don't want to commit to an op call, like, and you know, sometimes our True North op calls can be kind of long, and it's hard getting people to commit to like an hour. So like Jenny said, I'll just try and get them to either hop on a call with me or like watch the 9-minute comp plan video, and then just kind of go about it a different way than just having them only go to an op call. Like, yeah, so you can edify them, have them like hop on a call with you or just talk to you on the phone for like 10 minutes and like really get them like pumped up and amped up about it, and then they'll probably, you know, jump on an op call. But sometimes it is, I feel like people think it's like making this big commitment to get on an op call, which we all know it's like so easygoing. But yeah, I just kind of case by case will go about it a different way. And you know, if they don't have the time, I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out how to make it work into your schedule with your kids without having to do an hour op call.
Yep. Yeah, and edifying other people too. Like Jamie Howell just did a great reel about like not having enough time to do the business, and it's really funny. But if you go and you actually read her content, she's like, you know, you can cut off your Netflix time, like you can give these little ideas. And so you could always be like, this is my friend Jamie on my upline. She did this super funny video and I totally relate to it. Like, it's so easy for us to think like, or I don't, however you want to phrase it, we'd be like, look, like we can help you. We have people here that will literally help you find the time to do this business if this is something that you want to do, that kind of thing. So you can edify somebody else as well and give them an example of like how we can show them we really do have time for this.
Yeah.
It looks like we have a question in the
Yeah,
chat.
Bobby put, she had a question come up about the rewards points.
Bobby, do you want to unmute yourself and elaborate a little bit? Otherwise, we can just explain rewards points. Are you able to unmute yourself? Let's see. Well, I can just explain the rewards points really quick. So you earn rewards points every month that your auto ship continues to go through. And so if you, when you're setting up your auto ship, right next to the item you're adding to your cart, it'll actually tell you how many points it's worth. And so each month that you do your auto ship, you're actually gaining the points based on the percentage of how long you've kept your auto ship. So I think is it 10%, Alli, or for the first 2 to 6 months? Or is it?
I think so, and I think it goes up the
It
longer.
goes up. There's a graphic. I can post the graphic in the Rise chat later after this, but we do have a rewards point graphic that you could just share with somebody if you had questions, and it breaks it down really well.
Liz, what did you share with me the other day about it?
So I've had a bunch of people ask me about the rewards points lately, but then if you go to like place an order, it actually comes up like right above the little cart on the right and shows you how many points you have. And then if you scroll down, you'll see the products and you'll see like a little box to the right at the bottom of each product saying how many points it is. And if it's gray, it means you don't have enough points. But if it's black, like you can click just on where it says points and it deducts from your points to actually like put it in your cart. I don't think you can use points on auto ships. It's only like placing an order. But I also learned, because we've had so many people, you know, buying collagen and stuff like that and placing orders this month, that if you do like skip your auto ship, like if you didn't process your auto ship this month and pushed it out to next month, you'd actually lose all of your points. But the cool thing is that auto ships don't have a minimum. So if you've already spent, you know, your 100 PV on collagen, that makes you active doing the business, you could literally do your auto ship for like some sprays, like kids core, anything you need like that. And then you're able to keep all of your points. But if you do skip it or cancel it, like you lose your points. So that, we've had like a bunch of people asking about that. But yeah, if you just go into place order, it'll pop up like with your points and click on whatever you want to use them. And it's pretty cool because you're basically just gonna get free product for placing your auto ship.
I love that. Okay, our next question is from Tessa. It says, if someone wants only collagen, should I even try with an opportunity call? I just got 2 people who want collagen only. It's completely okay to just be a preferred customer. And it's definitely better if they're not ready for the business. You don't want to try to talk them into being an ambassador because their executive time clock starts. So if they want to start off just as a customer, that's great. Commission, you're getting them to try the products and they can flip to an ambassador at any time. So I would 100% encourage and support them in them wanting to just be a preferred customer, and keep loving on them, keep sharing and talking and building up a relationship, and they'll keep watching your consistency on social media and things that you're doing, and maybe eventually the business will be right for them, and then they can start their executive time clock.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see.
Is there someplace the preferred customers can go to look to see how close they are? Was that regarding the points?
The point. Well, I think Liz answered that. She was talking about how they can go to their cart and they can see how many points they have.
Yeah. And it should be the same whether they're preferred customers, ambassadors. Yeah,
Yes.
Bobby, for the rewards points are customers also. It's any preferred customers or ambassadors on auto ship get the points.
Thank you, Whitney, for posting that reel. It's great, guys. Like, it's super funny. Like, I plan to like share that with people when I get my next I'm Too Busy. Be like, hey, check this out. Let's see. How do you handle when people say how expensive our products are? Well, from a professional standpoint, which I know Whitney could chime in on if she wanted to, I've talked to other professionals that have practices within our company, and they're like, actually, this is right on par. And if anything, sometimes it's even cheaper than some other companies. So our price point is where it is because of how amazing our products are and the ingredients and the integrity of the products themselves. And so like, you're not going to get the same effect from buying something at Target in the supplements aisle as you would getting Q4. It's just like bottom line is, I personally, for me, like my mindset is I would rather invest in good health now instead of having to pay a ton in medical bills down the line. Like, I would rather be proactive instead of waiting for the shoe to drop later on. Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't drop, but it's more important to me to take care of my family's health now as opposed to waiting for something to happen later on.
Yeah.
You want to add to that, Alli?
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of our products are very competitively priced. Even our collagen that just came out, like there's really nothing else like that on the market, and it's really competitively priced with other collagens out there. So you can always bring up that too.
I know I always tell people, I'm like, don't buy your CBD at a gas station. Like, would you buy sushi at a gas station? It's just, you want to buy it from places that it's like, the science, integrity, the ingredients, like everything. They are very thorough. And I will say too, for the collagen, it's very competitively priced. Jamie, I think, shared a graphic with me from another company, and theirs is like way less amount than ours, and I think it's like $99, and definitely not as high a quality as ours. So they definitely kind of speak for themselves.
Such a good analogy, Liz. I'm totally going to use that about, I wouldn't buy sushi at a gas station. There's no way. Ugh.
That was like my first sushi experience. It wasn't at a gas station.
Okay, Alli, we're going to sushi this month. I'm going to properly educate you on sushi. We've discussed this, like it's happening because you need to be educated on the goodness of actual sushi.
Oh man. Okay.
That's such a good analogy. I'm totally going to use that.
Hey, Jenny, I wanted to tell you guys, you can go to some, it's called, I was telling Jenny, I think Full Script is something that I'm sure like Kim uses in her naturopath practice and I will use in my practice. You can go to fullscript.com and there's over 20,000 supplements that providers use and do recommendations from. So you can pull up other products similar to ours and look at the price points. Those are probably the best equivalent. Like we can obviously use Walmart or Target vitamins as like an example, but if you're going to really compare something you might get from a naturopath to this, you could look at some prices at fullscript.com and be able to see. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't see Angela on here. Angela's on our team. She's a holistic nutritionist. And when she saw Q4 and the price point, she's like, I was already spending this in my budget monthly for like 8 different things. So now I just get it in one shot. And it's nice to have everything all in one packet. So yes, exactly. Walmart vitamins.
People, yeah. Oh, I was just going to say a bunch of my customers have switched from buying so many different things to just buying like Q4 and actually saving money and not buying all the different stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's see.
Who else? Who's got a question?
Lisa said she ran into a video today for Q Science's Canna Blue Skincare. I've never heard of that.
It was long ago. a couple years ago. I think it was before we were rebranded in 2018. So who knows, maybe they will come out with something again, but I have at least found the pattern of Q and their products is they want to reach out of the box. They're looking to do things that aren't done yet. And so there's so many other skincares out there that I see them being progressive and wanting to do things that are new, like terpenes, medical grade liquid collagen with all 5 types. So I see them branching out and trying to be different, which I love.
Yeah, and they're constantly trying to reformulate things. Like even and talking about the collagen, she's like, this it's great right now. Like they released it, it's going well, but they're like, this isn't gonna stay. Like as science continues to develop, they're gonna be reformulating everything again. Which I really, really like that they have that here.
So cool.
Okay.
What's your question, Erica?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alli, I remember you saying that you would message 20 people a day. So I'm trying to get there. I don't know how you did that. I really don't, but it's possible because there's 24 hours in a day. Out of those 20 people, like, would all of them say no, or all of them leave you on red? Or typically would somebody?
Usually, so the reason why they have you make a list of 25 is because realistically, 2 are going to be in. That's kind of the way the cookie crumbles. Honestly, like this is not for everyone, and that's okay. But when you find people who are interested, that's what you're looking for, because they're the ones who are going to want to roll with this. And 20 a day, seriously, I know that sounds crazy, but guys, it's so doable once you get in a rhythm of doing it. I can flip them out in probably 10 minutes. And I know that sounds crazy, but once you're doing something, practice kind of makes perfect. And it kind of like voice messages, if you get them down under a minute, if you already have kind of an idea of what you want to say, it's super easy to just go about your day and work in like 15-minute increments and kind of just bust those voice messages out. You guys have anything else to add to that?
I agree.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, practice makes progress. And honestly, the more you practice doing voice messages, the quicker it'll get. Same with Alli. I can probably crank out about 20 invites in about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes if my toddler isn't destroying something in the background. So that totally depends on the day. But I always have a list in place, right? Like I'm constantly growing my list of people I'm going to reach out to, whether it be cold market or warm market, whatever it might be. So I always have people to pull from. So it's not like me randomly looking, like you don't have, that's where my organization like comes into play. Like being organized is going to help you do this in shorter bursts. So if you have a list in hand, ready to go, ready to crank out invites, you're going to crank out so much more. If you're scrolling and you're looking and then you get distracted or whatever it may be, it's going to take a lot longer. So if you are organized and you have a constant pool of people that you're pulling from, you're able to crank out more invites.
Can I add something else onto it?
Yes.
I feel super awkward when it's like somebody that I don't know at all and then like commenting on their story, because I went to do that and then I stopped, like I didn't send it because I was like they don't know who I am, and I'm just like sending like hard eyes on their pizza or something that they posted, because that's what I was going to do today. And then I was like, that seems weird.
You know what? I find that I embrace my awkwardness and I'm just genuine about it. And either they feel sorry for me or they find it endearing. I don't know. But I just embrace the awkwardness and I'm like, look, you don't know me. However, I like you and you and I have a lot in common and I want to build a connection with you. And it's, instead of this big script, it turns into this awkward genuineness. And I tend to get much more response back when I'm just like, hey, I promise I'm not a weirdo. I'm a normal person, but you and I have a lot in common. And I like to preface saying, like, I believe more, and I believe this with my whole heart. Now more than ever, it's so important for us to build community and friendships and to be encouraging to each other. And so what's wrong with adding more people to that circle?
Yeah, honestly, guys, people are going to gravitate towards you. They join you, not Q. I am probably one of the most awkward people. I literally, funny story, I had a Zoom with someone. She just signed up. She got on the Zoom with me, and I literally asked him like, "Are you in your bathroom?" And I like as soon as those words came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh my, what did I just ask?" And it's because she had like a giant fiddle leaf fig, and I'm like, "Oh, mine's in my bathroom," but she didn't know that. But honestly, it kind of made us like be like, "What the heck? Like, what's wrong with you?" But it made a connection, and she saw like I'm a normal person, and I am making $4,000 a month, guys, doing this. Like, if I can do it, so can you, like type thing. So just being genuine and being your awkward self, like I challenge you to go for that. They're gonna join who you are and not, you know, with other people in the company. Like people gravitate towards you, is my point.
That's like the beauty of social media too, and like Instagram and stuff, is meeting like random people and coming across random pages. And you know, like I don't know, like personally in real life, probably many of my followers at all.
Yeah.
And it's all just people I've met online and made these connections with that I think, yeah, I say go for it.
Yeah.
And don't worry. And yeah, if they're mean, just block them.
Yeah. The worst thing is they can ghost you or say no. I actually like cold messaging better than warm market because it's like, I don't respond. I don't know them. You know, it is what it is. Erica, if you haven't, or anybody for that matter, if you haven't watched Alli and I's cold market training yet, I'll repost the link for it after this, but we go into all of this and the whole process of inviting cold market or however it might be, but I will post that. That does go into this a little bit more in depth, but the worst thing they can do is just ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
it.
It's not like your cousin you're gonna have to see at Thanksgiving and have it be kind of like awkward. Like you'll never meet this person in real life. So if they think it's weird that you sent hard eyes to their pizza, just
consider it practice.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you more proficient, and it's gonna make those other voice messages come across that much more strongly because you're practicing. So just think of it as practice. Okay, next question. How do you handle it when you're told that Q doesn't have patents? We had that happen. We do have patents.
Yeah. Our BioSync technology is patented, right?
Yeah, our BioSync technology is patented. So I mean, I would.
A specific product or something they were talking about, Bobby? Oh, she doesn't have the mic, huh? Maybe she can type it.
Yeah.
We can go back.
Yeah, we'll let her respond to that.
Yeah.
Who else? What's the next question?
Oh.
I do get often people asking if our products in hemp are USDA certified.
So I actually, if you go to your back office and go to the quality assurance standard sheet, actually all of our product, like all of our ingredients that are in our products are all FDA approved. It's just when they're all together, that hasn't been approved yet. If there's any like product questions like that, I always send them that list, and they can see exactly kind of what our ingredients do or don't have. Whitney, do you have anything to add to that? You popped your camera on.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
yeah, Whitney, we're here for it. Let's hear it. You're muted. You're muted.
I was putting my kid down. So tell me what the question was.
I do get often people asking if our products hemp are USDA certified, and FDA and USDA, is that the same?
We're not FDA certified. So the FDA, any sort of supplement, is that what they said? FDA, let me look at that. Hold on 1 second, sorry.
Fine, I was telling them that like all of our ingredients are FDA approved. It says that on the quality assurance standard sheet. It's just when they are like put together in our products, that's when it's not.
Right, it's not gonna be, yes. I mean, anything that we use would be deemed safe by the FDA, but you know, any sort of supplement company in general doesn't have FDA approved products. Now USDA, how often do you get at? I actually don't know. Are we USDA certified? I'd have to look that up.
I don't think we are. Yeah, I don't think we are. But I also, when, you know, again, like quality assurance standard sheet, that's what you want to go off of. That's what you want to send them. I'll keep my personal opinions to myself, but I encourage those people to do their own research and to see how important the FDA certification is to them, is what I would say. not to get all like.
Preach it, girl. So Lisa said, I saw a video today with Dr. K who explained that every ingredient in every product is there for a reason. Yes. And I love that.
He's amazing, you guys. And if you got to hear his speech at convention, I can't wait for the recording to come out. It was so freaking good. That guy is amazing. And if you don't know like the backstory behind Mark Wilson going to Dr. Kimberly was sought out by Cliff Bar, by a whole bunch of big companies to make these supplements. And they wanted him to compromise the integrity. And he's also very passionate about dosage. And a lot of these products that are on store shelves and you get in Whole Foods and all these types of things, they might have those great ingredients, but they're very small dosage. And he goes into the science of why we need to have the higher dosage, the correct dosage to actually get the true effects you're supposed to get of the products. He's brilliant. He is super fascinating. I really encourage you guys, if you guys have some downtime, go into our back office and go to the website, go to documents and whatever it is tab, and then there's videos, or you can do it straight from your QPro app. But there's a couple of really great Dr. Kimberly interviews on there, and he really goes into the science behind things. He's amazing. Oh, thank you. Somebody posted that link. Yeah, he's great. He's a wealth of knowledge and he knows his stuff.
Even listening to Ann Billings talk, it really does, like hearing her talk at convention really did instill that in me, Lisa. Like every single thing is so thought out and there for a reason. And like they could tell you about every single ingredient and like every single product. And I just think that's so cool. And there really is so much science and thought behind every single thing they put out that it really left me feeling like very impressed.
Like our collagen, like I don't know if everyone's seen the Ann Billings product education video, but she based that formula. She's a 4-time cancer survivor. I think 4-time, regrew her hair 4 times, and she built this formula off of the things she was doing in her own personal life to help her body heal from chemotherapy. That's amazing. All right, let's see more questions. Let's go. This is fun.
Jenny's pumped.
Go.
I don't know if this was asked, because again, I was putting my kid down, but so as you guys develop like a bigger team, I think I'm at a weird point where you see the people who, it just gets hard to like encourage people. You can't make people work, right? Mm-hmm. And so like, when is that point for you guys where it's like, I put in that effort with this person and then it just kind of like, they have to figure it out. Like, and that sounds mean, but I'm just at a point, I don't know, like, what's your advice on that?
Something that, who was it at convention? I think it was Jake Spencer. He was like, sometimes the best help is no help. Like, honestly, you could really be leading the horse to water, but you can't make him drink type thing. Like, as long as you are trying, like if you're trying to help this person in every way, like you've done your part. And if they're not showing up, I let them go. Honestly, frankly, like there's a point, like if they want it, they'll come back type thing. But, and I've seen that time and time again, but you can't do their work for them. They're going to have to put in their effort and they will see. And it sometimes stinks because sometimes they're at a point where they're like, oh, this is going well, and they drop off. But then they're going to see the people below them ranking up. They're going to be the ones showing up and putting in the work, and hopefully they come back. But I don't spend necessarily a lot of time. I mean, you can't just spend all your time on someone who's not going to be coachable.
For me, building off of what Alli said, I like to just keep leading by example. Like keep emulating what you want your leaders to be doing, what you want your people to be doing. And so I lead by example. I'm still a friend, I'm an encourager, and I hope that they'll want to do it, but I'm also not going, I can't do it for them. So I would say when you're in those seasons, like just keep leading by example. Just keep shining.
Also having, like, if they do step off for a while and if they decide to come back, not having any type of like negative, like towards them, like negativity towards them. Like if they're coming back to you, accept them with open arms and start from square one and kind of give them a relaunch if they're willing to work for it. But other than that, like you can't make them do the work. That's in anything. You just can't.
Yeah.
I think it was Sam Salerno who said this, and it totally stuck with me. And she said, we don't chase, we replace. Like, you can't just like chase people down wanting them to do it, because, you know, there's always going to be someone else who really wants it and sees the opportunity. And if we're spending all of our time just like chasing those people down, and I don't know, she said that and it really stuck with me, because I know that's like my kind of personality. I really like want everyone to win, and I want them to do this, and I want this so bad for them, but I have to realize like, oh, I don't think they want this very badly for themselves.
Yeah.
And I just can't be the only one wanting it for them. And there's so many people in the world that there's going to be someone else who sees this opportunity and sees how amazing these products are. And, you know, they're going to take off and be insane like Alli. But
Yeah.
It's not that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that helps.
Who else has a question? Throw 'em at us, anything, you guys. How about Alli, why have you never had good sushi?
Man, I tried the Albertsons one and it turned me off.
We're
I'll
gonna
go
have
back.
a sushi date soon. It's happening. We're gonna make
I'll have
it
like a
happen.
sushi Zoom Q&A.
All right, what else you guys got? It can be products, it could be business, it could be whatever you guys want.
Daily sushi. How about this, Jenny? How do you what do you find that keeps you organized? Like, what are your like a quick like tip to keep you organized in this?
First step is finding out, are you a pen and paper person or are you a digital person? Pick one, stick to that, and brain dump. First thing in the morning, while I'm drinking my coffee, I brain dump. Anything I think I need to handle that day, whether it be Q stuff, life stuff, homeschool stuff, whatever it might be, I brain dump. And I get it all there on paper, and then it gives me the chance to be able to like, okay, here's how we're gonna plan this all out. Here's my Zooms on these windows. I need to get these things done in between them, and I'm able to kind of like break it down. Brain dumps are the best way for me personally, because it just allows more things to come out that I didn't even think were in my head. And then really just start scheduling your stuff. You got Zoom calls happening, put them in your calendar on your phone. I like to put every single Zoom call, like on a Sunday night, I sit down after the list of Zoom calls have happened, like put out for the week in True North. I plug every single one as an appointment in my phone with a 10-minute alarm. And it'll remind me that it's time to get ready for that Zoom. And I do that for every single training, every single Zoom, because it keeps me accountable.
Love that. I need to pick if I'm a digital person or a pen person.
I've tried to mix both. It doesn't work, at least in the beginning, until you can get a better grasp of your organization. But it could be like you need to brain dump on paper, and then you get to your phone and you plug things in. That could work too. But I find that if I'm like trying to keep a paper planner and trying to keep a digital planner, it's just too much work. You're double doing the work. It's just like the same thing of like, if you're posting on Instagram, you might as well have your stuff already posting on Facebook. Otherwise you're doing double the work. So it just makes sense to pick one type to keep your organization on, whether you're writing down your appointments on a planner or on the computer, and go from there. Because otherwise you're just spending more time than you need to.
So Sarah said, are there any Q sports that don't have caffeine or something similar to Q sport?
Does B12 have caffeine in it, Whitney? I don't think so. I would say the B12 spray. That would be my if you're not trying to do caffeine.
Because I'm pretty sure the Q sports all have caffeine.
Have
And I will
green
say
tea in them.
I'm like super sensitive to caffeine, and I don't drink the Q sport, but I do the B12 every day and I don't have any problem with that.
Whitney, does it say caffeine on there?
So, no, it doesn't have caffeine, but it's going to give you that natural. B12 is going to give you the natural energy. Like, it's the perfect replacement if you don't drink caffeine. So anyone who says that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, we have Q Core that has tons of B vitamins, and we have a B12 spray that will get you jazzed.
Yeah. It's replaced. I used to drink a cup of coffee at 2 o'clock like clockwork every day, you guys. I don't drink one. I drink my 1 cup I'm like a Lorelai Gilmore, like I could live off of coffee, but I don't need to anymore. I just do the B12 spray in the afternoon and it's great. Like this is me on B12.
Is there a strategy of what to post on certain days and how many times a day do you post? Oh gosh, I'm not the one to answer this.
So I can give some feedback on this. There's something I used to use before I had a toddler, and I'm like lacked in my organization these days. But Google Keep is a really great app. It's free. Download it, and you can just sync to your Gmail account. And what I would do in the evenings is, like, if I had a downtime for an hour, I would grab some pictures and put them in there, and then I could write content for those pictures. And I would have like 5 content with images saved in my Google Keep. So when I needed to post something on social media, I had something to pull from. So that's what I used to do when I was super organized. Google Keep is great for that because, and I'm sure there's other apps for it too. That's just the one I personally used. But it was great because I could even add my hashtags and stuff. So it was literally like copy, paste, boom, put on Instagram. I make it a rule of thumb. Mondays are peak posts. I just have it in my head. Every Monday I'm doing a peak post. And then I'm trying to just be active in my stories every single day. Like I just make that a habit. And then I need to get back to Reels. I was really good at Reels for a while and then it fell off. What about you, Whitney? You're a content creator. Let's hear from you.
So 2 things you can use. There's 2 different, that I like. Plan, Plann, plan will help you plan out your pictures. If you're looking for something to be like, hey, I have tons of pictures for my feed and I want to organize them. And you can do the captions, you can do the hashtags, plan or preview. The next thing is go to, and this is your own decision, but you can switch from a personal profile on Instagram to a business or professional profile, which is going to give you more insights. So you can go and you can look at your insights. If you look at Instagram, like go to your feed, you'll see there's a tab that says insights. And again, if you're professional, you'll have more, but then you can see when you have the most active times. So you can see like Mondays and Fridays at 3 p.m. I do a social media for a coffee company and ours is pretty even across the board, but we have done a deeper one and it's really like a narrow time frame at like 7 and 8 o'clock on East Coast time that it's best. So again, you can get a lot from Instagram. And if you feel like you want more, you can always look for different apps that really will give you even more insights. But I would utilize Instagram and I would utilize our insights to see when you should be posting. You'll see a lot of growth if you guys challenge yourself and post. Again, I haven't even done this and I know I need to post 30 reels in 30 days and people are seeing tremendous growth. Reels is where it's at. If you want to grow and if you want to get known right now, you need to be doing reels. And there are tons of tutorials. I totally suggest trying it out. And super easy. But yeah, Jamie does really great easy ones you don't even have to do a lot in the reel, but then the caption is kind of where it's at. So that's my suggestion if you're really trying to ramp it up on Instagram.
What are your IG handles so we can go and look at your reels, please? Yeah, Whitney, will you post your Instagram? Yours is great.
Yeah, mine are a little, Jamie and I are different. I go products a lot more. She goes business. So it's a nice difference.
Yeah. And it's so great to take time to share your fellow business friends reels because it helps boost their algorithm too. So I like to try to share reels as much as possible to help my friends out that are making them. Let's see. In our back office, it shows 160 visits to our site. No actions. Can that traffic be utilized? No, that's just as many times as your link has been clicked. I don't know how much science there is to our Q Science one. That's kind of funny. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it just means how many times somebody's looked at your site. That's all.
That's also a lot, Bobby. Good job.
Yeah, that is a lot. Good job.
A lot. I also have a birthday, Bobby.
Okay, let's see. What other questions? Anything else? How's everybody feeling almost to mid-month? Like, what are, you guys can share them in the chat too. Like, I see questions coming in, but like, what are some of your guys' goals for end of month? Like, share some of your goals of things that you're hoping to accomplish. What app do you use to create fun posts? Sorry if you said it, I didn't hear. I was cutting my dad's hair. Also, my other question is it better if you have more products to post more? I don't have a lot of products yet. No, you really don't. Like, I mean, really, you don't even have to use products if you don't want to. Like something, maybe like, I'll just use me for an example. I have chronic migraines. I used to get really, really bad hormonal migraines every single month. Since starting the Fuse and the Q-Core, I haven't had a single one. And so I did like simple reel, and I think I was just holding like the bottle, but you could just pick something that's with your life and share, like, using hemp has helped you with this, or whatever it might be. Like, you don't have to have all the products. And then with reels too, like, you can do polls. Like, I've seen some really, like, Alli did a great poll the other day where, I think it was Alli, I don't know, it kind of blur together sometimes, but where she was like, did you do one like, are you passionate about holistic health? Do you do one like, yeah, like, it doesn't have to be a product. It gives you a window into your audience, see who's actually doing those types of things. So polls are great too, on top of reels, and they don't have to be associated with our products at all. You could do you have a hard time sleeping at night, yes or no. Then the next day you can share about sleep spray. So you can get creative like that and start utilizing your polls and start plugging in some of the products. And you don't have to have the products. We have lots of stock images that are in, like, in some of our Facebook groups. And if you can't find one, message Alli or me or whoever. And I was referring to Erica, but we'll get you a stock image, and they're beautiful. Like, they're pretty images that you could just have, and you could have like a fun little fact about it. So you don't have to physically have all the products in your hand to utilize them. Seriously, YouTube is, like, if there's something you want to be educated on, like my husband and I, we're watching YouTube videos at night on off-grid solar systems. That's what we watch on 8 o'clock at night. So YouTube is amazing. You could literally type in whatever it is you want to learn about, and there's videos on it. So if you want to become more savvy when it comes to Instagram or whatever it might be, how do I build my following on Instagram? How do I do clever reels? Whatever it might be, and there's a wealth of knowledge out there, you guys.
Any other questions? Give it like one more minute maybe. If not, we'll wrap it up because we're kind of going over. Sorry guys, I know it's pretty much everyone's family day before the week, but thank you for everyone being here. Yes, in a month goal, builder or pro. You got it, girl. You got it. Everyone with these goals, run hard. Run hard. I mean, auto ships aren't even done all the way. My suggestion, if on the 15th, if you go into your back office, go to your visual tree, zoom in a little bit, see who has 100 PV order in, go to the people who don't have their orders in and be messaging them like, hey, I saw your auto ship didn't run this month. Is there anything you need help with? Can I help you pick out some new fun products for you? Go do that. Just do everything you can. You got this. You got this, and we're here for you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been really fun. I kind of want to do a question session. Hey, I said it for the first time, right? Like a once a week type thing. Honestly, it would be my goal for you guys to be like, once you're building your business, to invite your friends and your downline to these, and having you guys be able to answer some of the questions. I feel like you kind of teach as you learn as you teach type thing. So we are very excited, and we will post this in Rise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get it uploaded here in the next hour. It takes a little bit to convert. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.